Okay, since I've noticed that it's 7 o'clock, we will begin. And if we could all stand and I will lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to God,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you for your different interests and reasons for coming to the March 10th regularly scheduled meeting. We're going to start with a public comment period. And I have a letter that I will read into the record. And it is from Ann Socia. She lives on Dyer Street in Warren. Dear Joseph D. Pasquale, members of the Warren Town Council, I'm writing to express my profound disappointment and serious concerns regarding the town of Warren's current approach to communicating vital information about property tax exemptions to its residents. It is truly regrettable that public awareness surrounding these significant benefits is not more effectively disseminated throughout our community. The current method of conveying these crucial entitlements, primarily by printing them on the reverse side of annual tax statements, is, in my view, demonstrably inadequate and easily overlooked. Most residents, like myself, primarily consult these statements for payment details, deadlines, and financial information on the front of the statement. As someone who diligently pays taxes before the due date, I admit I never had a reason to scrutinize the back of the statement, a lapse that has unfortunately cost my husband and me thousands of dollars over the years. My husband and I have been residents of Warren for over 48 years. Due to his diagnosis of muscular dystrophy, we were eligible for and received a disability exemption starting in 2009. This exemption currently stands at $385.24 per year. While we are grateful for this assistance, it has come to my attention that a separate, more substantial elderly exemption exists, valued at $575.65 annually, a difference of $191. My husband turned 65 in 2012, and I turned 65 in 2014, had comprehensive and easily accessible information regarding all available exemptions been provided by the town. We would have regarding all available we would have undoubtedly applied for the more beneficial elderly exemption, leading to significant cumulative savings that were rightfully ours. The lack of proactive guidance from the town regarding these options is deeply unfair. This systemic communication failure disproportionately impacts our senior population and those living on fixed incomes, many of whom are unaware that they are entitled to such valuable financial relief. The substantial financial loss that we have endured due to this oversight leads me to inquire if there are any mechanisms available for residents to recoup past benefits that were missed due solely to insufficient public notification. Looking forward, I strongly urge the council to implement immediate and robust changes to this communication strategy. Specifically, I propose that the 2026 tax statement scheduled for distribution in the coming months include a prominent separate insert or letter dedicated solely to detailing all available tax exemptions. The comprehensive guide should clearly outline eligibility criteria, application processes, and required documentation for each exemption, including explicit clarification for the elderly exemption regarding proof or primary residency versus investment status. It is simply unacceptable that essential financial relief mechanisms remain obscure to long-standing residents who contribute to this community. I implore you to address this critical issue with the urgency it deserves. Thank you for your time, consideration, and for any assistance you can provide to all Warren residents who deserve transparent and accessible information regarding their entitlements. Sincerely, Ann Socia. So what we're going to do is pass this on to our solicitor Tax law is guided and controlled by state law. So we will get an opinion in how we should handle that, which has been brought to our attention. Is there anyone who would like to take this opportunity to speak on the public comment period for an item or an issue that's not currently on the agenda? Hello.
Hi, Jenny Flanagan, 46 Washington Street. Kudos first to the Public Works folks who did a fabulous job on this just epic storm. And it was a lot of work for us, and we shoveled our sidewalks, and we had a 6-foot high pile between the sidewalk and the street. And on our street, it's parking on one side of the street, the south side of the street, which is what the town bylaw says. But if it's a one-way street, so that means when you get out of your car and you're up against the snowbank, you can't open your car door. So you park enough away from the edge of the street, but then you lose your mirror to cars going by. So I would like to request that the parking bylaw, whatever it is, be amended that on one-way streets, parking be on the right-hand side of the street rather than on the south side of the street. And there's probably only 2 streets in town where this matters, but Washington Street's one of them. So that's my comment.
We can send that off to the traffic commission and they can, which basically is the chief, Ms. Hunt, and the other chief.
As a benefit, there probably would end up being 3 more parking spaces on Washington Street.
They can take a look at that and see if it makes sense. I know it impacted all of the parking on Water Street on the passenger side, as well as Union on the driver's side. So it's a real issue. And we can take a look at it. And if we shifted the way we park, it would probably help the streets as well. Put traffic on an area that ordinarily isn't trafficked. Thank you. We'll see if there's a benefit. Is there anyone else who would like to take this opportunity? Okay, here seeing no one, we will move on. Next, we have the state of the town. Town manager Brian Sullivan has given us his state of the town address. I won't read it. And we have now, the council is in possession of the town manager's budget, and we will begin making it, well, it is ours. It is the council's responsibility now, and it will become a working process this week, I believe, right? Next week?
I think it's March
19th.
18th.
One of those days. We'll figure it out and be there.
Yes.
18th, March 18th, the next week. So we have no action to take on that other than the acknowledgement. We have a presentation, and it is the 250th. Before you come up, I am going to try to roll back some of my stolen thunder from J.K. Jenny Flanagan, and we are going to publicly recognize our DPW, our police, our fire, all of the town workers, as well as the sewer department who worked through the entire blizzard. And what I will do is read a letter from the town manager. He was unfortunately can't be here this evening. And if he were, I'm sure this is what he would say. Dear honorable members of the Warren Town Council, I write to formally recognize and commend the extraordinary efforts of town staff during the blizzard of 26, an unprecedented weather event that will undoubtedly be talked about in Warren community for years to come. Throughout the duration of the storm and in its immediate aftermath, the Department of Public Works, under the steadfast leadership of Director Mary Hunt, worked tirelessly in hazardous and exhausting conditions. At times, crews operated in near whiteout conditions, navigating dangerous roadways with limited visibility. Despite long, irregular hours and little to no sleep, the DPW staff remained determined to keep our roads as clear and passable as much as possible. Their dedication and perseverance played a critical role in maintaining access for emergency responders. The Warren Police Department, guided by Chief Borges, likewise demonstrated exceptional commitment to public safety. Officers continued to respond to calls and provide essential services even as conditions deteriorated, and at times police vehicles became stuck in heavy snow. Their professionalism and determination ensured that law enforcement services remained uninterrupted during the height of the storm. Similarly, Chief Souza and the members of the Warren Fire Department and EMS service placed the safety and well-being of Warren residents at the forefront of their mission. Operating in unpredictable conditions, they responded to emergencies with skill and compassion. Working under physically demanding circumstances, their readiness and unwavering commitment provided reassurance that critical care was available when it was needed most. I would also like to recognize the dedicated staff of the Warren Wastewater Treatment Facility, who worked extended hours to ensure the facility continued to operate without interruption during the storm. Of note was the response to the Patterson Avenue pump station. This station lost electrical power during the storm and was forced to operate on a generator. At one point, the generator required refueling to keep this vital component of our wastewater system functioning. In challenging and hazardous conditions, fire personnel, DPW workers, and staff from H2O worked together as a team to open a path through deep snow so that the fuel could be delivered safely and efficiently. Their collaborative efforts prevented potential system failures and protected both the public health and the environment. Together, these departments demonstrated the highest standards of public service. Through coordinated efforts and a shared commitment to the town, they ensured that Warren remained safe during this extraordinary event. I extend my deepest gratitude to the men and women of the Department of Public Works, Warren Police Department, the Warren Fire Department, EMS Service, and the staff of the Warren Wastewater Treatment Facility. Respectfully submitted, Brian Sullivan. So I think you all deserve a round of applause. I'm sure during all of those long hours, you were thinking about being a salaried employee and what you had just come on to or continued to do, and there's no answer there other than your commitment to the community. So we thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce our new planner, Bianca. I already forgot her last name.
Holly Castro.
Polly Castor. Here she is. She's on board. She's a hell of a worker. She's dynamic, and she came in and she's hit the ground running, and we'll hear from her a little later on in the agenda on business items. Now we have a presentation. Now, thank you, Sarah Weed, for discussion and action on the update for the 250th committee,
Either
or
one.
whatever you want.
We'll answer to either one.
Okay,
My
floor is
name-
yours.
My name is Sarah Weed. I live at 23 Bridge Street. And I think the last time that I came before you was in August. So I wanted to give you an update because we have many new events coming up between now and the end of July. So I'm here on behalf of the 4th of July Committee to thank you in person for the grant you approved in this year's budget, and to tell you that we applied for and received a $5,000 grant from the Rhode Island 250 Commission. We also received a legislative grant from Representative Knight. In addition, we've received funding from a number of private and business donors, and the Massasoit Historical Association, J. Berry Cultural Arts Association, and the Warren Preservation Society have come through with funding for our efforts. We also greatly appreciate the cooperation and help we received from the town manager, the town clerk, the fire chief, the police chief, the recreation department, and the Department of Public Works. And at this point, we have a team of more than 20 volunteers. There are people in addition to the committee members. We are very pleased that we have funded, presented, and planned events for Warrenites of all ages. We had 2 ladies of the green from the Nathaniel Green Homestead visit the senior center last month to explain colonial clothing, and have plans for 2 field trips for seniors only coming up. And just last week, we gave copies of the Warren 4th of July 250 coloring book to Head Start families at their reading night.
We are compiling a booklet about Warren's involvement in the Revolutionary War for distribution to the fifth graders at Hugh Cole School. And right now, 60 folks of all ages have signed up to have a fire hydrant in their neighborhood painted to resemble a colonial soldier or some other figure like Ben Franklin. In addition to the calendar of events you received in your packet, I want to remind you that the exhibit at the library will continue until July 31st, and I want to highlight 4 other projects that will be happening over the next few months. You will be receiving a personal invitation from Secretary of State Amore to the dedication of the Liberty Tree that the state will add to the Arboretum at Burrs Hill. That event will be on the morning of Saturday, April 25th. In May, the Warren 4th of July 250 float will be a part of our town's Memorial Day parade, and later it will participate in the Bristol 4th of July parade. We are planning a grand finale on July 11th at Burrs Hill Park, which will include music, games, a bonfire, food trucks, and other fun activities. Finally, we want to make sure that you know about the 13 celebratory neighborhood block parties that we are planning for this spring. The Kickamuit Village Tenants Group has already chosen a date for their event. Kristen Reed, the chairman for those dinners, is here to tell you more about them. When she is done, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have about the committee and our past and future events and products.
Thank you. You've done great work leading up to this, and you're not done yet. So, Ms. Reed, hello.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. We're excited to be sharing about these events, and I'm here today to expand on one activity, which we're calling the community block parties. I'll give you a little general overview, and I believe you have a document that shows some more specifics. So our intention is to have 13 neighborhood gatherings that bring neighbors out to play games, meet other folks on their street, enjoy some picnic food, create connections and long-lasting memories. You'll see on the document that we've mapped out some general areas that we hope sort of blankets the town of Warren, create some sort of regions. And our plan is to identify co-captains for each of these areas, and they will coordinate the events and encourage participation.
I don't think we have.
You don't have that? Okay. It should be on the back, maybe. Well, I mean, they're a sketch. Essentially, we did, for example, Tourist or
Yeah, we got these.
Barrington to Liberty Street. It wasn't,
It's on the second page, on your second page, on the further one. The one
Nope.
you have a block.
oh.
That's all right. You can get it to us
Yeah.
afterwards.
Sorry. So for example, and I can share this with you, but from, Barrington Bridge, Liberty Street up to Maine, that would sort of be a general area. We've got 13 sort of areas sketched out. We know that, for example, Locust Terrace and Tuisset does events every year as well. So, there's hopefully we've captured everybody. And so our strategy, let me get back to that, is that we will identify co-captains. They will sort of follow our rules and our guidelines, and will coordinate the events and invite the neighborhood. And the most important, of course, is an important step will be inviting everyone on the street that we hope will be blocked off in that area. That's where we hope to have the event.
We want to make sure the police chief has one of these and the fire chief.
Yep. The town would provide us with materials so we could officially block off the streets, and having it on the street will allow easy accessibility will be covered for residents that are living there.
Will this all be on the same day?
No, so our intention is never to have more than 2 on one day.
Nice.
And we'll be providing some like kits and a guide and some photography goals so that we can have some commemoration. Thanks to Blount Seafood, we're able to provide each of the block party neighborhood parties with $250 for them to use as needed. Maybe it's for protein, maybe it's for a band. I don't know what it might be for. We are excited to be talking about this here with the audience in the group and the folks that are listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube. If you're interested in becoming a co-captain or you'd like to understand more about this, you could go to historicwarren.org. And there's a get in touch feature, and we'll be able to get in touch that way. And any questions, I guess, at this time? Yeah, we've spoken with the town manager, and we know that after getting some sort of general okay, that this is and I'm sorry, and we spoke with Mary as well.
Well, it sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll do all our efforts to make sure that we can
Yep.
accommodate you.
Yep.
And maybe another thing is if people call the clerk's office,
Yep.
if they don't remember the .org.
Yeah,
the
historicwarren.org. Yep.
I'm sure the clerk's office will point them in the right direction. I think also it'd be important for people to, can we put this on the town website?
Certainly, yeah. I mean, I think how we communicate out so that we're not missing anybody. I mean, we want
Or
to.
maybe even the committee could do the old fashioned canvassing effort.
Yes, exactly.
Knock on maybe a prominent person in that neighborhood
Yes.
who knows everybody and
Yeah,
word out.
Yeah, we anticipate having like a template, some invitations, multi-language, having those ready, and
Sounds great.
even potentially to do. I'm not sure how it'll work if we're having 13 at all different times, but there might be some budget for announcing it in the newspaper and being able
Well, I would.
and
I'd probably
social
do
media and the whole thing.
Before you spend the
Of
money
course.
on the newspaper ad,
Yeah.
I know more effectively, look at the list,
Yes.
figure out who you know in the neighborhood,
Yep.
knock on their door.
Yep.
And before you know
And-
it,
Yeah, and
it passes.
you've got it exactly. I mean, that's our intention, is for it to be grassroots and very neighborly.
In my neighborhood, we got the chief. I think he may do a great job.
I think it's gonna be a
He can use the loudspeaker as he drives around.
I think if anything, hopefully the Times will publish this list and
We'll reach out.
reach out to the Times, and I'm sure they'll reach out to you or me, and I can help with the advertisement and get the
Thank you.
word out.
Thank you. Any questions for Sarah or I regarding?
Does anybody have any questions, Chief?
So I spoke to Ms. Reed earlier upon arrival, so we want to get together and get down to the nitty gritty exactly what's going to happen in the neighborhood.
Yes.
As far as entertainment, alcohol, blocking off the
Yeah.
streets, security, if there's any, so how many people?
Yeah.
So
It's all contingent on your approval
Yep.
as well as the fire chief.
Yep.
And then coordinating with Ms. Hunt.
Yep.
So that'll be fine. Take it to the next level. If you want a council support of this, is there a motion to approve the block party as described?
So moved.
Contingent on the fire chief
Second.
and DPW's cooperation. All in favor?
Aye.
There you go. It's officially sanctioned by the Warren Town Council. Anything else in your presentation? So everybody, this is the 250th year and Warren's participating and trying to have a big party. So if you feel the desire, get in touch and participate. Next, we move on to Town of Warren resolution to create a new hearsay exemption for dramatic music. Start again. Town of Warren resolution to create a new hearsay exemption for persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities, as well as persons with neurological disorders. I'll let Councilman Tromley have the floor and describe what he's put forth. And this is what Mr. Tromley has put forth.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So I've drafted some legislation that I've asked our state delegation to introduce at our legislative meeting last month. Oh boy,
Yeah.
it feels like
I think it was.
a lot of time has passed, I suppose. But essentially what this legislation would do is it would make it easier to present evidence in situations where the person who is a victim of a violent crime is a person who has intellectual developmental disabilities or a neurological disorder such as Alzheimer's or dementia that makes it impossible for them to take the oath and swear to tell the truth, and as we traditionally know in a courtroom setting. Unfortunately, the law has developed in such a way that it has made it more difficult for these crimes to be prosecuted over the last decade. And I think that this, if enacted in Rhode Island, would make it easier to prosecute these types of violent offenses. And it helps protect citizens of Warren. We have a number of nursing facilities and old age homes and such. And we want to make sure that if any of our citizens were ever the victim of such a crime, that they have the ability to have their day in court and get justice for what was done to them.
Okay.
And then this,
No, go ahead, please. I'm sorry.
I was going to go on to the second resolution.
No, we're gonna do one at a time.
I'll make a motion to approve this one.
Second.
Okay, I guess there would, no discussion, any discussion? Hearing a motion, approved with a second, all in favor?
Aye.
There you go.
And this will be forwarded on to.
This will be sent to our state delegation and they will try to introduce it to the legislature, probably committee first, and
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes. Mr. Trombley works at the State House and he'll have a keen eye on its tracking abilities, I'm sure.
Yes.
Next, we have, although I don't know what happened to the, is it not on the agenda in the right order? The next resolution?
Yeah, it is. You took it out of the way.
Oh, I'm the one who did it wrong. Okay, good. You know me. Go right ahead, Mr. Trombley.
So the second piece of legislation I'd like our delegation to introduce. We have, as many of us know, volunteer fire department, and it's often a struggle for volunteer fire departments especially, but also fire departments in general to recruit and retain talented staff and professionals, hardworking professionals, especially as the cost of living gets higher and higher. My thought process was there is an existing program called the Wavemaker Fellowship, which provides financial assistance to qualified individuals to help them pay down student loans in exchange for some sort of service. It started as STEM teachers, then expanded to all teachers, and then it expanded again to healthcare workers. So there's a tradition of it being expanded, and I think that firefighters, both paid and volunteer, whether they be from a city or a suburban or rural district, or even a fire district, which is completely separate, that this would help sort of give a financial bonus and help try to retain and recruit firefighters and people willing to serve in those positions. So this bill would just expand the eligibility to include firefighters. Simple as that.
Sounds like a great request. And any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve this one too.
I'll second that one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for bringing those forward. And I know you have something else on the agenda coming up.
Yeah, under new business.
Okay, and we'll take care of that when it comes. Next, we have interviews. And these are discussion and action on the interviews. And my fingers don't work right. There we go. Arts and Cultural Commission, one position available, 9 members, no one's applied. Conservation Commission, one position available, no one's applied. Economic Development Board, one position available, no one's applied. Juvenile Hearing Board, one position available, no one's applied. Planning Board, 2 full positions and 1 alternate position is available. Mr. Richard Charles Matten has applied, as well as Caitlin Ganguza, and Mr. Matten, is here, and you're on the board. If you'd like to come up and tell us the reasons why we should appoint you to a full-time position, we'd like to hear it.
My name is Richard Matten, 11 Kennicott Avenue, Warren. I've been an alternate on the planning board for a little over 2 years. All but 2 of the meetings I've sat on the board because there were vacancies. I'm a member of the APA of Rhode Island. And as a member, I'm also on their Legislative Review Committee. And we make recommendations on upcoming bills as to whether there should be any amendments to them, changes that we would suggest. And no, this goes in on the committee level. And from there, the legislature takes care of it. I am current with my continuing educational requirements. There is a requirement that you have certain courses you have to take each year
For,
for planning boards,
okay,
and I am current. I review all documents that come before the planning board ahead of time. I'm prepared for what comes up at the meetings. I put quite a bit of my time into it besides what's here at the planning board sessions. And you've all got a copy of my resume. I've got a strong background in leadership, got strong organizational skills, and extensive managerial expertise. And I'm searching for a full membership on the planning board.
okay, thank you. We have another applicant, and is Miss Ganguza here? Caitlin Ganguza. Come on down. Tell us about yourself and why you'd like to be on the board.
So my name's Caitlin Ganguza, 25 Maple Street. I'm interested in being on the planning board because this is such an amazing town and I would love to be more involved and give back. My background is both professionally and in education wise is architecture. So I thought this was a great opportunity. I have a mixed experience or mixed professional experience of both residential, historic preservation, municipal, institutional. I'm currently working for the federal government. So I am, I do have experience with public engagement, master planning, things of that nature. So, I would love to become more involved.
Nice.
Does anyone have questions?
I was just gonna ask you if you were prepared for questions from the council. Starting with Mr. Rego,
No, I'm
feel
just
free.
gonna- No, your resume says it all. People like you just down the road, we gotta look for more people like you because again, you're a perfect candidate and thank you for applying.
I'm gonna ask the question that Joe hates. To
Yeah. If you have any time.
Are you gonna be able to have the time for it? When does the planning board meet? Monday nights?
Monday evenings.
Monday evenings? It's not, I think it's once a month. Occasionally it may be a special meeting.
Yeah, I would have time for it. I even talked to my boss to see if I could telework half day from home. So at least I have some more extra time between work and being here.
Nice. I have no questions right now. Ms. Cronin?
Not so much a question as a comment. I think it would be valuable to the planning board to have a member who is experienced and competent and looking at plans and understanding the language and the jargon and that type of presentation. I just think your professional experience would be an asset.
Mr. Trombley, feel free.
Thank you. And I also reviewed your resume. I think you come with quite a bit of background in this field. My curiosity is, have you ever dealt with a comprehensive permit application in your time in your profession?
So I have dealt with some permitting. A lot of my, a big majority of my permitting experience is more in residential versus, bigger projects. But, I have gone to, I know this isn't the question, but I have gone to zoning board hearings. I've never been to a planning board hearing before, but also historic preservation commissions as well.
So the reason I ask is because over the past few years and for a while now, Warren's been dealing with a lot of comprehensive permit applications. And this is a law that existed before I was born, but it's become more used recently. And with that, in a traditional permit application, as you have experienced, the board hears the petition, makes a decision on the merits, and they can usually approve or reject at will. However, with a comprehensive permit application for those communities that are below the 10% affordable housing goal of the state, which Warren is one of those communities, the comprehensive permits that come are on very narrow grounds. So you can't merely reject a proposal just because it might not be architecturally beautiful. It has to do with specific things that would hurt the community, like lack of access to water, sewer, etc. And the reason I bring that up is because it's very important to me to appoint folks who are very careful in what they say, because with a comprehensive permit, it can be appealed to the courts, and judges and lawyers can dissect the words that people say in those hearings, planning board members especially. Do you feel like you're a very careful person when you're making your phrasing and words and such?
Yeah, so, I know sometimes architects have a stigma of, oh, it's beautiful, make it like, I don't care what implications it has. In the federal government, we do a NEPA process, which I'm not sure if you have familiarity with that, but anytime we're doing a new project, if it's new construction or even a major renovation, we do this full process of doing like community engagement, looking at what impacts it also has on the community as whole, whether it's traffic, polluting water, things of that nature. So, I am a careful person. I also, I love this town. I want to help protect it from making bad decisions. Can't always make best decisions, and hindsight's always 20/20, but I am very thorough and I think things through.
Fantastic. I just wanted to alert you that in those instances, it's very important to be careful with what you say in those
Appreciate
cases.
that explanation.
Mr. Handley?
Councilman Trumbull, you're older than you're letting on, because the first comprehensive permit, I was on the planning board. I believe it was in the early 2000s when they first passed it. And you-
1990.
And you were here.
1991.
The original.
The original. Yeah,
one,
when-
yeah.
Okay, let's start.
I'm just teasing.
Oh, yeah.
My question is, do we have two full-time positions?
We have
So-
two full-time positions. We
Correct.
have a current alternate who serves that serves that position as well. We have one alternate and two full positions open.
Okay.
Are we all set, Joe?
We are all set.
I make a motion to appoint Caitlin Anguza.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we still have an opening. Mr. Matten, we want to keep you on as an alternate?
Yeah.
No? Okay, so you can submit your resignation,
I'm
unfortunately.
gonna make a motion.
Okay, make a motion.
I'll make a motion for Richard Matten as the second full-time position.
I'll second that.
Okay, discussion on the motion. I will say, unfortunately, last month you brought up political retribution accusations that I immediately questioned your capability and judgment, because I am politically the fairest person in town. I had no idea that you were a Republican or a member of the Republican Party. So based on that, I have a very questionable character judgment on you. I'm sorry. There it is. No, I don't. If you want to come up and address the council, you can, but we're not going to have rebuttal. The discussion will go through the chair.
My reason for the comment last month was that prior to the meeting, Mr. Trombley came to me and said he wasn't voting for me. And I asked him for a reason why he couldn't give me one. He
I'm
said,
not Mr. Tromley, and you should have been smart enough to think about the implications that would bring
It
to the
wasn't
majority of the
directed-
council.
at you or the rest of the council.
You spoke from the dais to me
Yes.
and said that you were feeling political retaliation for not being looked at. Immediately, I feel that that could be a liability towards your judgment on future applicants in front of the planning board. I'm sorry that that's how you felt,
Okay.
but when you let the cat out of the bag, you're letting me know what kind of conduct you have and character that you are. I have no problem with your party association. It's when you bring it up
I
to
was-
the appointing
I
body.
was told before the
Well,
meeting
I
that I
did.
wouldn't be able.
You should have simply brought that to my attention.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you didn't, and that's my reason. We haven't gotten a vote on you yet. There's been a motion in a second. I'm just giving you.
I just wanted to give you a reason why I made that comment.
Well, I feel bad that Mr.
Excuse me,
Tromley may or may not have
Mr.
said that.
Madden, Mr.
No,
I want to ask.
let's
I
not
didn't-
extend this
The
further.
comment that was out there, did you say that if you didn't get this position, if you didn't get this, you were gonna resign?
He just did.
Is that what, that's what? I
That's what he
thought?
said
Okay.
from the chair,
All
from
right.
his chair.
Yeah.
But we're not
Yeah.
gonna
I
have
didn't say that.
rebuttal.
But when there was a-
It's hearsay. This is how he feels. He didn't bring it to the council's attention, so unfortunately, I'm simply looking at the conduct he told the council.
Mr. President, I must have an opportunity from a point of personal privilege to defend myself at the accusation, false
Okay.
accusation that's been leveled against me.
Calm down. It's hearsay. You have a chance to rebuttal because he named you. Say what you want.
I
Keep it
went
cool.
to Mr. Matten before the last meeting because I don't feel like disparaging a person in public. And I have very prominent problems with the way that he has conducted himself quite disgracefully
Relax.
on the planning board on his time, making extraneous comments that have prejudiced the town's case and make our applications or decisions, that planning board's decisions regarding comprehensive permit applications inherently prejudiced when they go before the courts, Mr.
Relax.
President. Mr. President, I do apologize
That's
about my
okay.
passion.
Relax. Relax.
I told him that I would not be voting for him, not that the council would not be voting
Okay.
for him. And I stressed to him that his political affiliation had nothing to do with my decision
Okay.
and that I had great respect for him as an individual. And I just want to clarify for the record that the accusation that's been leveled against me is completely, totally, and unabashedly false.
Okay. That being said, is there any further discussion? All in favor?
No.
Those opposed?
Nay.
I'm against.
Opposed that. I mean, I heard.
Yeah, unfortunately. So,
Peanut gallery.
good luck. And if you do want to resign, unfortunately, you can send that resignation to the clerk. Next, speaking of resignations, we have a resignation of Economic Development Board Member Andrew Aruda.
You have.
What
you
did
have
I miss?
Rec board,
Oh,
250.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Ahead of myself. That clock ahead thing. Recreation Board, we have one position available, Maria Ursini. I believe Maria is here.
Yep.
Come on down. Tell us why you would like to be on the rec board.
My name is Maria Ursini. I'm at 99 Water Street here in Warren. The reason I would like to be on the rec board is to continue working with Tara and her group, since I'm already on the prevention end of it. So we work with our youth, and I'm also on the juvenile hearing board for almost 2 years. I figured this would be a great opportunity to be able to help and give back to my community.
Great. Motion to approve.
I got a motion to approve. I don't need any.
I'll second.
All in
Very familiar
favor?
with mine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And being the member of a board already, you really didn't have to come up, and we appreciate your openness. Next, we have Phineas Alexander Ordette. And here he is. He wants to be on the 250th Commission. Come on up.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I wanted to be involved civically in my community because I've grown up here my whole life and I know how important understanding our history is. And I wanted to be on the 250th because I wanted to sort of help show the importance of the 1776 and the importance of remembering what happened in the past and celebrating the independence and celebrating the 250th because it's a huge anniversary. And I think it's important to sort of showcase that in a town as important as Warren, especially when it comes to the revolution. It's very important to showcase that. And I care a lot about my community. And I think that this is a great way for me to be to help my community that I've grown up in.
Great.
Thank you.
Is there any questions?
I just had a quick question.
Mr. Trombley?
Have you had a chance to speak with Ms. Weed or Miss Reed about time commitments, and do you feel you can do it?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm confident I can.
Great. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Now, we have a resignation, correct?
Yes, we do.
From Andrew Aruda, and we can please send him out a letter of thanks for his service and dedication to that board.
And we obviously were already advertising.
And we're going to
We're already
advertise.
Position down.
Correct. Now we have acceptance of the minutes. We have February 10, 26 regularly scheduled meeting minutes. I didn't notice any corrections, but I'll leave that up to John and Kerry.
I read through it. I didn't see any,
Nor did I. A
Yep.
motion to approve the February 10.
Second.
Next, we have, all in favor?
Aye.
Next, we have the acceptance of the February 17th special legislative workshop minutes. Again, it looked good to me. It's what we discussed.
Motion to approve.
All in
Second.
favor?
Accept.
Aye.
Thank you for the second. Next, we have the consent agenda. Is there anything on the consent agenda that anyone would like to pull for discussion? I've gone through it and I'm comfortable moving on. Is there a motion to accept the consent agenda?
So,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now we have ordinance 1. This is chapter 10, harbors and vessels, article 5, town docks, section 10-70. Use of the town docks. This is the second reading. The harbor master is here. The language has been changed. The changed language is in blue. All applicants must have an active Rhode Island commercial fishing license, a current vessel declaration, and must be able to show 30 landings in the previous calendar year. Mr. Silver, if you could come to the mic, I have a couple questions that have been brought to my attention from people that are currently at the dock. They ask if the 30 landings, you would work with them since they may not obviously have had that number previous.
It won't be this year.
Okay, so it's,
This year they'll roll into it. It's for the next season.
so
It
they'll
wouldn't be
have
fair to
time.
ask them to do it this year.
Well, that's what they were getting at.
Yeah, it was
These are,
unknown to them, but I didn't want to.
you know, it's a part-time job for some of these guys, and
Right.
now that they know the rules, they'll have no problem accumulating the landings. It's just last year, they may not have had
The
them,
only
so,
thing they're trying to eliminate are people at the dock that don't co-hog at all.
correct.
Ever.
We understand the nature of
Okay.
what you're trying to do. Are there any other questions?
just, what's a
There you
landing?
go.
What's a landing?
Landing is a slip that when you sell your catch.
Yeah.
That's considered a landing.
Oh, okay, so you've had to sell your catch 30 times.
From the
Okay,
Purveyor. And it's, DEM does the same thing.
okay, good.
It's not uncommon, and,
No.
you know, it's,
30 is-
it's
I
prudent.
think
It's
30
good
is a
practice.
reasonable number.
Any other questions? Are there any questions from the public? Is there a motion to
I'll
approve?
make a motion, we approve, chapter 10, harbor and vessels to the amended as shown as prepared.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Silva. Next, we have chapter 32, zoning, article 8, zoning district use regulations. Section 32-52, service business uses. Personal training facility, sports education. This is a second reading.
Yeah, I had the same question I had
Okay.
last time.
Did they change the chart?
Well, by looking at the use tables, the only place it is allowed is in a commercial local. And my concern was, is that the only place we want it to be? I mean, is there a problem? Would we want it in the manufacturing? Would we
Let-
want it?
Let's ask Mr. Cabral, and we will make that change this evening. I
Okay.
expected it to have happened, but we can do it very easy right now. Good evening, Mr. Cabral.
Good evening, Matt Cabral, Building and Zoning Official for the Town of Warren. Yes, that was, the intention was to have it in the commercial industrial, but also to add it to the business zoning district, as well as, I believe, the village business, because that's where the origin of this business was.
All right, Mr. Hanley, take the lead. Let us
We-
know where you think this should be,
I'm looking at the
and
use
we'll
tables
discuss
here.
those.
I thought we had a commercial general zone too. What would like Metacom Avenue be like?
It's
down-
business.
That's business, okay. So what I'm thinking is, see, if you look at the use table that we have in front of you,
Yep.
Mhm,
it's the bottom entry.
mhm.
And it only has a P under CL, which means it's not allowed in any of those other districts.
So the fitness center on Medicum Avenue isn't allowed?
Under this right here, no, it would make it illegal non-conforming. So I'm suggesting
Okay.
under the B and the M, we would probably want to put a P as well. Would we want it in the manufacturing districts? That's a.
I think
question for the
so.
council.
I think that makes sense.
I mean,
So the manufacturing district is it's Child Street and Franklin Street are the two ends of it, and it goes from pretty much the bike path up to
Right, so if, say like,
Tail
let's
Buck.
say for instance, Parker Mill, somebody wanted to do
a gym.
a gym under, if we don't include the manufacturing district, they would not be able to do it.
Or even smaller, like with Belasco's Pizza, is if somebody wanted
Correct.
to do personal Pilates or
Or the old
personal
Lloyd
training.
Manufacturing.
Right, yeah. So my suggestion would be to change, to also mark it as a P, a permitted use in the business as well as the manufacturing.
So you might wanna
Okay.
To
also
go
add
along with the
rural business.
Rural business as well, which is
Right,
where we're
correct.
talking right now,
So any district besides residential is what you're looking at.
pretty much.
Pretty much. I don't think it's a, it's not it could be extremely high impact for the parking, but we have the parking requirements. Do we have parking requirements specifically for a use like that they would have to meet?
It's not specific for that use, but.
But I mean, we have one that it would
Yes.
fall in.
Will they be, do they have to be interviewed or talked to for a permit license, or is this just a guarantee?
No, it's by right.
It's by right,
If
so
you
they
put
would
it
just
there.
come in, do a zoning letter, he would say, yep, you can do that in that building, and then they're off and running, unless they don't meet the parking or.
Well, that's what I mean, somebody
Yeah.
looks at, they did,
Yeah.
just doesn't just open up in
Correct.
case it doesn't meet the requirements.
Correct.
All right, fine,
Can I just ask the
please, Ms. Cronin.
downtown historic district from Tourister to say, I don't know, Washington Street, is that
Village business.
So can we get it there too?
I recommend it for there too.
Because you said just.
Yeah, sorry. Just want to make this thing stop going back, but
Business,
I'll just go forward.
business and manufacturing, but also village business.
Yeah.
So the only place that we would not, and W is what, and SD is
Waterfront.
Waterfront.
waterfront, and SD is.
Special district?
Special
Special
district, which
district.
that's Touristerville,
Okay,
which they
so
have, that's a private.
Wait a minute,
gym.
then
you're
we-
not gonna allow a fitness, excuse me, I'm
It's on-
interrupted.
That's a private entity with their
Oh,
own private gym.
okay.
But they're not opening a gym to the outside.
But if they wanted to, if somebody wanted to occupy one of those rental spaces, they could,
There's a.
or they
Pilates
can't
studio.
now.
Excuse me, there's a. Pilates
Please help me
studio
educate me on
at
this.
Tourister, that is you go and you pay and you go on the reformer, take a class.
So how's that work if it's already there?
That was most likely accepted under the art.
Why wouldn't we have it in there?
I did,
If
this
you
is,
want to put it, you can put it in there.
this isn't like, because it seems we have one everywhere that, they're not.
I would just put it in.
Just because it's for the public, our zoning ordinance is somewhat outdated. And at times things got slipped in. There were establishments that were established and then things were taken out of our zoning ordinance, such as small mini storage and self-storage. We're dealing with that and another. So that's why you may see gyms, how they came in, I don't know, but this is something that moving forward, it's going to help the economy in Warren. It's going to open up opportunity for more business and to have it so it's regulated and legally there.
But we'll address the issue now since we know of these
Yes.
locations. So it seems that the waterfront overlay district occupies one of these as well. So maybe you are correct, and the only place that we don't want it is residential.
Yes.
And now that we have our new planner, she'll take a look at this. She's super smart and understands all of this, and I'm sure we'll have great feedback and recommendations down the road. So
So you're in favor of putting them all?
having all of this information everywhere but residential,
Sure.
I think that should be the motion.
Yeah, the only concern I would have in the village business, I mean, it's a gym, it takes a lot of parking.
It was uptown.
But there are
Regulated.
small,
Yeah.
fitness studios that exist downtown that you don't even know about, that don't
Oh,
have any impact on.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion that we approve the change to the district use tables to include allowing fitness, sports, recreation / education in all districts except for the residentials. What's the FC? FC district? Because there's nothing in there.
Nothing in it. Yeah, I was curious too. Make something up.
Oh, you can't expect them to know all of them.
No.
What
All
is
right,
it?
so yeah, so except for the residential and the conservation district.
Okay, makes sense. I think the planner had her hand up. I think she might want to say something.
Is that what it is? Competition?
Please come to the microphone. What's your last
Yeah,
name?
also.
Yeah.
Polacastro.
No, I'm more than happy to
Please
work.
introduce yourself.
Miss Polacastro, please. Yeah.
Councilman Ganley is gonna give me a hard time and thinks I'm gonna be polite in front of strangers.
Oh.
He's confused.
All right.
Bianca Policastro, Director of Planning Community Development for the town of Warren. I'm more than happy to work with the building official to clean up some of his definitions. That is my guess, is that at some point, the definitions of what constituted recreational facilities, including private gyms or fitness locations, had changed, not only with the state, within the town. It also could have been something that was restricted during the time where there were a significant amount of franchise gyms opening up. And because you want to preserve certain facades and buildings in the municipality, that could have also been the reason why. So I don't see any concerns regarding a small business bringing a fitness center to the town. You certainly have yoga studios and Pilates. And I think it's more about cleaning up the language as it relates to the definitions and the ordinances.
Oh, glad to hear that you don't think that'll be a problem. Thank you.
So my motion
Again,
is to approve the change to the use regulations, but also include all of the districts except residential and conservation.
thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we have ordinance 3, chapter 2, administration, article 2, town council, section 2-33, order of business. So what this entails is changing the order of the agenda, which, believe it or not, is made by an ordinance. So at every meeting, like I did this evening, I pulled an item and moved it ahead on the agenda. We do have that ability, but it can things can slip past you. So we're trying to clean things up so people don't have to sit in this room all night just to hear us say usually yes on a simple transfer or a license. So that being said, the order of business for town council meeting shall be as follows: Pledge of Allegiance, presentations, appointments, interviews, acceptance of minutes, consent agenda, and then we're moving up petitions, if there are any petitions. We are then having public hearings, and then we're doing introduction of ordinances, which usually take a long time. So by moving petitions up, we feel that will help people who sit in the room for the entire meeting, like some of you guys, to get your business taken care of earlier on. Any discussion?
No, this is what we discussed last month.
Correct.
I'll make a motion. We approve the first reading of the amendment to the order of business.
Second.
Town council.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Pardon me, turning pages isn't my easiest task yet. Next, we have a public hearing. This is a request for a transfer of a Class BV beverage license, Spindrift Hospitality LLC. I talked to Mr. Glenn this afternoon, and I don't know if any representatives of Chomp are here, but he's looking for an extension to next month. Okay, no one's here. That's good. They didn't come. Is there a motion to?
I'll make a motion. We continue this to the
April meeting.
April meeting.
Thank you.
Second that
Is
motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next, we have request for a, oh, that was a public hearing.
Motion to
so-
close the public hearing.
Yeah,
Actually, no, motion to continue the public hearing to
Yeah.
the April to the April town council meeting.
thank
That's
you.
quite correct. I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, took me a minute. Another public hearing, request for a Class BV beverage license from Holy Mackerel. And they're doing business as Kingfish, and they're taking over what used to be Bywater. Representative, hi, come on down. Are you Brittany and Luke?
Yes, we are.
All right. I've probably eaten your food.
Permission to approach the board with some packets?
Free food? Oh, packets, okay.
Make sure you provide one to our clerks as well, if you don't mind.
I have a spare.
I do recognize you, Mr. President. Nice to see you again.
Good. And the food was great, and now you're gonna be in charge and
Yeah,
your own leadership.
well, I'll
Tell
be
us a little bit about yourself.
In charge of the kitchen. She'll still be in charge for all other intents and purposes.
I hear she's a great drink maker, so.
Really excited to be back in Warren and be back in the space. Obviously, I was the chef of Bywater for about 3 years and had a really exciting, awesome time working here in Warren and working on my craft at the time there. Obviously, I went off to a different job about 2 years ago, but kept in touch with Brian Fortin, the landlord of the property, and let him know that if the property were to ever become available, that my wife and I would be interested in opening. So a little background about us. We've met in the hospitality industry. Formerly, I worked at Persimmon in Bristol, and a part of the move to Providence, we expanded the team, and along came Brittany. So we've been together almost 10 years. We just had our first child about a year ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's proving to be quite the test getting a restaurant open and that. But anyway, this has been a dream of ours for a while, and we've been talking about it since the day we've met. So it feels really exciting and right to be here in Warren with the opportunity to do it.
Why don't you take the chance to tell us, I read somewhere something about you and your menu and what you put into the thought process of your new menu. Have the opportunity, the public is out there watching.
Yeah, of course. So
it grabbed my attention.
Yeah, so with Kingfish, what we intend to do is have a raw bar and bistro. So we want to keep it very neighborhood, very approachable, but a big ethos of sourcing for me is working with local fishermen and working with local seafood purveyors, as well as local farmers and butchers and things of that nature. I think the work that I did at Bywater at the time, I was coming from a highly fine dining background and a few years away from the industry and having a family, and then kind of recognizing the larger scope of the town. I want to offer all of those values in a much more casual way. So we'll have things like sandwiches and salads. We'll have an awesome raw bar where we'll really tell the story of co-hoggers and growers. And to complement that, my wife's been in the beverage industry and restaurant industry at large for over almost 20 years now. So she'll have an awesome program on that front. Our goal is to make that patio, make that space feel really alive again, and make it a place that people want to kind of go on their days off or after work. Not have to think about it too much. Not so much an occasion spot, but we'll be great at that too. Hopefully, if that's where
Excellent.
you choose to celebrate it.
Yeah.
And please feel free to, because you're the magic, right? Cocktail
That's what
magician.
I'm looking for.
right.
Yeah, so as Luke said, I've about 25 years in the hospitality industry, but 20 in beverage specifically. I have gone to the Culinary Institute of America to get what's called the Bar 5 certificate, which is basically like a PhD in spirits specifically.
I say, wow.
So thank you.
Get out of there successfully. Eat something.
Yeah, it's I like to have a focus in particularly independent spirits. So in the same way that Luke has a focus in kind of things that are more homegrown, I would also like to kind of shine light on a lot of spirits that are created in Rhode Island, even ones that are in neighboring towns such as O'Brien and Borough, things of that nature, Rhodium, all those kind of companies. So that would kind of be able to complement the program, as well as kind of more sessionable drinking, an extensive wine list, and lots of non-alcoholic offerings. As a new mother and nursing mother, I am very much off the wagon right now. So it's kind of inspired me to want to create something that's a little bit more inclusive for all, as well as the fact that part of our plan is to have a really nice children's menu, and have a kind of beverage menu to go with that as well. That isn't just Coca-Cola and things of that nature. So something to look forward to.
Any questions?
Just a comment that the menu looks lovely and very reasonably priced.
Well,
The goal.
one addition to that.
Just like to make that comment because, I mean, I appreciate that. I think we're such a dining destination, and to keep competitive price wise and obviously, quality wise, that's your wheelhouse. But it's nice to see something that's going to be a little bit more approachable for more people.
I appreciate the addition of a great burger and good fries.
Yeah, a big crux of our menu will be things such as burgers and fries and things that people don't have to think
I don't
about.
look at it as a downplay in your skill, because I think your skill applied will be an even better burger. And I think every restaurant should have a burger, but that's me.
Well, thank you.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
we feel the same way.
You know?
Yeah, and to your point, just about the affordability of things, that's a big driver for us. We want to make sure, especially as people are talking about affordability and us obviously having a baby and understanding the cost of things, we're really trying to hold true to the virtues of putting the money back in the community, but also making sure the community can buy the things that we're purchasing back. And yeah, we're excited about that. That's something we hope to hold true throughout our tenure there.
Great, it'll show. Any Nothing, there a motion?
Public
Oh, I'm
hearing.
sorry, it's a public hearing. So is there anyone from the public who would like to participate in this discussion?
I guess I do
Okay.
have one quick question.
Sure,
So,
Mr. Trombley.
It seems from your menu that you're going to be primarily doing seafood and burgers, if I'm understanding correctly.
Oh.
Do you feel, just because of where it's located, that you'll have Chomp right across from you that is kind of very famous for their burgers, and then down the street you're going to have Blount, which is very famous for their seafood? How do you feel you're going to fit into sort of the marketplace of options?
Sure. I think that's a great question. So I think on the seafood front, it leads with having a really great raw bar, making sure that we're putting an emphasis on the story of growers and producers that are bringing things that we highlight on the menu, really proper shucking, but not inundating people with too much information. At the end of the day, it's oysters, it's cocktail sauce, it's hopefully a cold drink. On the seafood end of what we're trying to do beyond the raw bar, we're looking more towards bistro, so a little bit French influence, but really rooted in good American comfort food as well. The distinction, I think, where Blount does a really great job with kind of some shack type classics and really classic New England offerings, which we'll be sure to have a few peppered throughout. We'll also tap into some of our backgrounds and have distinctive offerings there. So not high-low, it'll be in the middle, but I think it'll be quite unique. And then on the burger front and sandwiches, we'll try to always have some sort of burger on. A big crux of our menu, which maybe didn't make it to that edit, but will by the final, is we're playing off steak frites. So we'll have a section where you can order all different local proteins, whether it be seafood or steak or whatever. And a big part of that is the byproduct from having a beef program has to go somewhere. So for us, having a burger on at all times allows us to take that trim, make money back on it, and offer something delicious to the guests. So that's kind of the purpose of it.
Thank you. I just wanted to understand how your palette is going to fit into the sort of diversity of that. So
Of
thank you
course.
so much.
Fair question.
And you have a great landlord, Mr. Fortin.
best.
I know him my whole life, and he's a man of his word, as you see.
He really is. We feel fortunate.
I would just say based on the menu and the prices, people are gonna need to make reservations in order to get in because it seems very reasonable. Good luck.
So let's,
Make a motion and close the public hearing?
here you go. Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
And Mr. Hanley?
I'll make a motion to I skipped the page too fast. I'll make a
Holy
motion
mackerel.
to approve the BV license for Holy Mackerel LLC.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, did I mess up
Yes,
and we have another?
We have a
one?
P5. Can I jump to that?
Yes,
I'll make a motion that we approve the vitrilling license for
As
Holy
well.
Mackerel, 54 State Street.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
And let's go back to P4
Go to.
and P3, and please continue them till next
Make a
month.
motion to continue P3 and P4 till the April council meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I knew I had to do something, but I forgot.
You know what? I also, do we want?
Which
And
one?
P6.
Oh, six.
Entertainment
yeah.
license, I didn't get to either.
Oh, yeah, and do that one.
Well, that's next anyways.
Make a
Well, we have to
motion,
go back also.
I will make a motion, we approve the yearly entertainment license for Holy Mackerel LLC pending, fire and police signing off on it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now go back.
No, we're done.
No, we're
Let me
good.
make sure.
I think we're up to P7 now.
No,
Joe.
we have to do, all right, we petitions. Did we already do petitions?
We did P1 and P2 with the consent, now we're at P7.
Okay, thank you. Takes a team. I didn't make the notes earlier. I should have made for the action that we just took. So good. Next, we have P7, request for a Class F beverage license. This is from Andrea Walker. Hi, come on down. And she's at 308 Market Street. And she is representing Blount Fine Foods, and this is the Family and Awards Day.
Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you?
President, Council.
Tell us a little bit about your event.
Sure, we have our annual employee family event that we've had years and years at the Pete Sepe Pavilion, and this year we'd like to have it at Burrs Hill Park. We have 600 to 800 employees and their families, and we've been doing it for so many years. It's a really exciting event, and we are hoping to serve beer and wine. We provide tickets for those, 2 tickets per employee that's over 21. And we have a list where we manage checking their ages also. And we've also had wristbands in the past. So we take it very seriously.
As you should.
And there is no cash component afterwards, the 2 drinks and it's done. There are no more drinks.
Oh,
Yeah.
your drink limit, okay.
Yeah. So we have kids entertainment, bouncy houses, we'll have a tent, and we'll have some music.
And Mr. Blount was here earlier this year, or maybe
Yes.
last year, later
Yes.
last year.
Yes.
And he made mention that there's maybe the closing of this will be open to the public, public participation with the music or something like that.
Yes, we had originally hoped that we could make this into a festival for the community. But after diving into all the details that come about when you put on a large event for the public, we determined we were in a little bit over our head and we
Okay.
didn't have for our first year.
It's fine. I just wasn't sure if
And
it was
we are-
still part of it.
Yes, and we are hoping to make that happen in the future.
So it will be interesting because the venue is used for public concerts.
Yes.
I have no problem with it because we allow the site to be used by closed events.
Okay.
Just be aware that public may show up on the hills or come into,
Sure.
put up a big sign possibly, or
Sure.
just somehow let the public know that it's a closed event.
Sure.
But I don't know if people want to sit on the hills and listen to your music. You play it as you go. It's
Yep.
Music's in the air. But I understand about not having the participation on the ground, but you understand. So usually we don't have 800 people down there at a concert. So God bless you, Councilman.
I'm gonna make a motion. I can see the checklist where it looks like they've already spoken with police, fire, everybody else there, rec. The only thing I don't see.
The police, yes, I have stopped by last week when I made this appointment, yeah. So someone there has my paperwork and we talked about having 2 police details.
So we will make
It's
this
gonna be
contingent
Yeah.
on police approval.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the Class F beverage license and they also the entertainment license. I'll do that at the same time. And the entertainment license pending police and fire approval, but also I want the solicitor to verify the insurances are in place. If they're selling liquor, they're gonna need insurance. And also that they have the appropriate tips certification.
Sure.
Where do you plan, are you using buses?
We do have a trolley that we have that will be.
So you'll be
helping
parking
with
at the Blount facility?
Blount facility, yes, and we are looking at possibly also at St. Mary's. Is that correct? I'm not from Warren, I'm sorry. Don't hold it
That's
against me.
okay. I mean, let me rephrase my comment so it'll help you versus a question. Please look into
Yes.
parking.
Yes.
We understand it will
We
be.
don't have the accommodation of 300 cars if they're 2 people to a car, even 300. Although Blount facilities do,
Mhm.
I'm sure Todd can reach out to his cousin
Yes.
at
That
the Marine.
Mhm.
They have a lot, and St. Mary's, or however you want to coordinate your parking, please do that because that will be a requirement for the public safety as well as traffic flow.
And we can share those details with you, sir.
Oh, you're going to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, these aren't questions. I'm telling you that you are going to look into your parking
We have a
plan and discuss that with the police chief and fire chief,
Mhm.
because the approval will be contingent on their approval.
Okay.
So when you meet and go over whatever paperwork you
Got it.
dropped off over there, what you want to do in the future is always call the chief, make an appointment, meet with him, and then he delegates to his officers how it gets looked into. That's the best. And in Warren, we're the smallest town, so you have access to 2 great individuals, and that's how we do it. So that being said, Mr. Hanley,
I've had a motion to approve both the Class F beverage and the 1-day entertainment license.
contingent on police and fire.
Contingent on
approval.
police, fire, and solicitor.
Second.
review.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Good luck.
Hope it's a great
I'll
event.
be sitting on the hill. Next, we have, so we did both, correct?
Yeah.
P7
Yes.
and P8.
Correct.
Now we're on P9, request for a one-day outside entertainment license from Matthew Chase. Is Mr. Chase here? Here he is. Look at him. We're getting old. How are you?
Very good. Yourself?
I'm good, thank you. See, you getting married or?
My son, my oldest is getting married.
God, we are getting old. All right, so he has 150 acres in Swansea and, Mass and Rhode Island. He wants to have a party. What do you say?
Make a motion to
I have
approve.
no issue.
I have no issues.
I'm just looking at the time frame, what the time of the music, 4 to 10.
There's no one around his property.
85 people. I have no issue. Do we want to,
I'll make a motion to approve.
have, police verify?
We've already spoken.
They've already
Okay.
spoken. And I can attest for he's not gonna bother anybody because nobody's gonna hear him where he is. And, okay, so
I'll
there's
second the
a
motion.
motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
And I'll be sitting on the hill for your party too.
Hey,
See,
Matt, we could have combined this with that block party they were talking about earlier, you know?
I'm sorry?
We could have combined this with that block party in the neighborhood.
That would be a lot of fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
see ya, good luck. Next, we have P10, request for a tattoo license. 101 tattoo troubles over there with Madeline Hollis. Is Miss Hollis here? Hi, and you're looking for an individual license to operate at that facility? And you are licensed?
Yes, in the state of Rhode Island.
Okay. Are there any questions?
By the ordinance, the
Yep.
chief has to make a statement for her.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Her back has to
For her, what is it called? Moral
fortitude.
standing.
Yeah, moral standards.
He's all set.
She's okay. Some archaic law. So
I will make a motion to approve the tattoo license for Madeline Hollis.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
There you go.
Good luck.
Morally sound. Next, P11, another one, 101,001 troubles. Tatiana Armstead. How are you? Good. How's your moral character?
Sounds good.
All right, same.
We need the
same.
chief. We need the chief to confirm.
Chief, what do you got on Tatiana?
She's also all set.
I will make
Okay.
a motion, we approve the tattoo license for Tatiana Armstead. Good luck.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Here we go.
You think he had tattoos all over the place?
Never see his arms. Next, we have, where are we? Lots of correspondence.
I'd like to pull C8, please.
C8. Okay, Mr. Tromley wants to pull C8. It's gonna take me a minute.
The long packet.
I'm at 4. I'm at 8, okay. Mr. Tromley pulling our resolution, there you go.
I mean, this is one that comes before us every year. We ask
Correct.
for reinstatement of this categorical aid. I would just ask that we would present our own resolution and forward it along to the General Assembly in support of their resolution.
Okay,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Our own resolution draft.
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor, here we
Aye.
go, all right. Next, we have new business. And this is a discussion and action regarding necessary repairs or maintenance for the baseball fields at the Warren Recreation Park, Asylum Road, commonly referred to as the Upper Rec and Lower Rec. And Councilman Hanley asked for this to be placed on the agenda, and we will listen to his nephew, Sean Coelho. Mr. Coelho, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. And you've understand the Recreation Department as well as DPW. DPW has actual oversight, and you've met with Ms. Thibodeau?
I have not met
Not
with
yet?
either of the department heads.
Okay,
And as much as I would have intended due to the time constraint with the season starting,
mm-hmm,
I also just came onto the board and became president 3 months ago. And there is, what I found out on the fly, a lot of work to be done to get the season started. So
tell us a little bit about
trying to
what
make
you
it
want to
happen.
do.
Yep,
And we'll point you in the right direction.
if I may, I wasn't able because of shortly before this letter was written, we had Snowmageddon.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not able to get pictures to attach to the letter. If I may, I have pictures that I
Great.
took yesterday as the
Please.
Snow has melted.
Thank God.
Believe me, in no way are we looking at the timeframe of you getting in touch with them or anything is impacting our. No, it's hell, you directed traffic while I plowed snow, so we know that 2 weeks ago we were under 3 feet of snow. All I wanted to point out is that the council will probably be giving you permission and approval to work with the guidance of our Department of Public Works as well as our rec department. So feel free to give us a request on what you want.
I just want to be clear, this is intended to present the condition of the fields and look for a solution. And I wanted to do it in this manner to ensure we got on the agenda before the season started, just in case it didn't work out as we hoped. We have a short season, April 1st to the middle of June, very short window for things to happen.
I appreciate your coming forward. So tell us what it is. I read your letter, but tell us what you want to do and what you are
if we
looking for
wouldn't
the
mind
town to
maybe
do.
just walking through these pictures very
Go
quickly.
right ahead.
So, and I don't know if there's a proper term for the town. We refer to the two fields there as upper rec, lower rec. Upper rec being the field on the east side of the restrooms, lower rec being the fenced-in field on
That's
the
how I've
on the
heard them
street.
described.
So the first few pictures are upper rec. That one is not in anywhere near as bad shape. Was I believe originally built as a softball field, had a stone dust infield, no grass in the middle. As you can see from the first two pictures, the pictures are on both sides as well. There's a lot of weed overgrowth there. I understand this season probably wouldn't allow for it, but if we could at least maybe get it raked out to get back to more of a dirt infield. That field is primarily used for the lower levels. And one of the things that we can really teach them is how to field ground balls. The ball's bouncing off the grass all the time. It's hard to teach them how to properly field a ball because they're here and then the ball bounces on them.
So you want the stone?
Stone or dirt.
As long as it's flat.
The material, yes, as long as it's a flat dirt or stone dust infield so that we can, replicate, baseball play.
Want us to
in a
try to
environment.
remove the weeds from that
Yes.
field.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So those are the first four pictures. The lower rec field, I think needs some more care. And to the point, in our opinion, it's actually deteriorated into a safety concern. So the first two pictures on page 3 are home plate. The plate itself has deteriorated. That's not so much the concern. The plate has been sort of displaced. I couldn't get a picture to show this, but it's raised from the grade above. It's tilted, so the corner that points to third base is actually raised. We can't have kids sliding into that. And that's one of the things that we're trying to teach them is how to properly slide. Someone's going to get hurt if we try to do that with that in the condition that it's at.
I agree.
The other similar concern to the upper rec, obviously, as we can see, as we turn to page 4 in the pictures on that, dirt is almost gone. It's really kind of overgrown with grass. Again, a similar condition to the upper field. We would like to at least have that cleaned up to get back to some sort of a dirt infield. What I was also intending to show on page 4 is this field back when I was a kid, we played games there. This had the inserts for the detachable bases. First base insert is still there. I marked it on page 4. Second base and third base, the inserts are gone and it's a hole. So again, it's not even flat so that we could put a surface base on it, which is all we need for our practice field.
So you need a regrading.
So
Or
our
maybe
request
your
would be, yep. And again, we don't need those bases for this at this time. It's a practice field. If we could get it raked so the weeds are out, just grade it off so it's flat, back to dirt. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's what we're looking for, trying to create a safe environment and be able to actually replicate gameplay so the kids can learn baseball.
Now, are you bringing a group of volunteer effort to help us with this? Or is this simply a request for us?
So that's part of the conversation I was looking to have. I don't know what we are allowed to do as an organization. It's a town controlled field.
Yep.
I don't know what we can do, what we should do. My request was to come and meet presented to the town. One thing I would just like to share is that this year, as we start our 74th season, we have roughly 75 kids signed up.
Nice.
That represent roughly 45 to 50 families that are residents of Warren. So I think we would at least expect a partnership, if not the town to help us. It's a town-controlled field.
What I would recommend is we invite you to meet our DPW director as well as our rec department director and coordinate what's realistic in their time frame and hopefully move a little bit up on the agenda, because we do have a use this year, and Miss Hunt will walk you through whatever the requirements with the union are and this and that. I know we've had partnerships in the past. Kevin Farias as well as Steve Kalenda redid the whole field at Burrs Hill Park with volunteer effort. So I'm sure they will work hand in hand with you, what they can do and what they will have no problem accepting from you.
Okay.
But you all start with making an appointment with them.
Sure.
And take it from there. And it's really not a council.
Well, I was gonna
Mr.
make a
Handley?
motion, but because by charter, we can't direct the department heads directly, I was gonna make a motion that we ask the town manager to coordinate between the DPW, the rec department, and the Warren Little League to come to a solution to get these fields in the best possible condition that the town can.
Fine with me. You know me. I just want to tell people what to do.
I'll second that motion. I do have a few questions, if that's all right.
Sure,
Yeah,
please.
please.
You can ask us questions.
Thank you for coming. First of all, I also did I did Little League there when Kevin Farias was running the whole thing, so I have a great affinity for this. My question is, in terms of how long it took to kind of degrade the conditions to this, is this a year-to-year thing, or is this happened over multiple years?
So a lot of the background, I wasn't on the board until November 29th. I wasn't president, so I wasn't involved in whatever the planning or coordination was not with the town.
If I may
What I
interrupt
can-
you,
Yep.
there's a gentleman back there, I think you were sitting with him. Is he with you tonight?
Yes, that is Mark Kapowski. He's our safety officer. for Warren Little League.
Might you have the answers to some of the questions?
Yeah.
Well, come up, sir.
Well, one of the things is our previous DPW directors aren't here.
Oh, sure.
So we really don't want to scrutinize what they may or may
Oh,
not
I
have
apologize.
done.
I don't mean to scrutinize. I'm
No,
just trying to understand.
what I would
how
like to
it's
share
working.
is I've coached 8 different Little League teams over the past 6 years between the ages of 4 and 10 on those 2 fields.
Mhm.
And what I've seen personally as a coach is over those 6 years, deterioration from year to year.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
That's what I want to share with you. It's not something that happened since last year.
Okay, well, that's good to know just because of the storms and such that we've had. And then I guess my second question is,
You had it. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I didn't-
Mark
I
had
didn't- I
anything
thought-
to add specifically.
if you had other information to give.
Yeah, I mean, with the field, we definitely would have people come down and volunteer. We have done that over the years. Come down and fix the batting cage, over what we can with the field. I know that during the COVID season, we really did a lot of work on that field, and it was beautiful. And I think that over time, and I think a lot of it has to do with the low enrollment or the low signups, where we played a majority of our games at Janetto Field.
Okay.
But I mean, it would be, I mean, it's a gorgeous field when it's all said and done. I mean, and when it's put together well and maintained properly, it is a state of the art field, and it is the regulation size of what a Little League field should be. So I would love to get that back to playing condition. And I know Sean, me and him have discussed it a lot.
In the short term, we just want to make it so we can practice there.
I get where you're coming from.
Absolutely.
I think I'll hold my questions because of, as the president suggested, we want to let them sort of hash out the details. So thank you both gentlemen for coming.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Good.
Mr. Hanley, again, motion.
I made the motion that we instruct the town manager to work with the director of the DPW, the rec director, and the Warren Little League to come up with the most feasible solution the town can to get these fields up to
and
par, so
running.
the kids can safely play.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Coelho.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have letter from Warren Voluntary Historic Committee regarding vinyl fences. I have it right Dear members of the town council, we are writing you in support of a memo the zoning board sent regarding an amendment to the town ordinance. This amendment would require a building permit for any fence installation in town. During the November 2025 zoning board meeting, application ZB 25-29 was requesting a variance to install a fence greater than 3 feet in the front yard after the fence had been installed. The applicant was unaware of the ordinance and placed their full faith and trust in the fencing company to install the proper fence. Requiring a building permit would act as a gatekeeper for situations like this and also maintain the appropriate aesthetic for Warren. The fees will also generate income for the town. We request that an ordinance be adopted to require a building permit for any fence installation in town.
Can't do it, it's illegal.
Can't do it, it's illegal.
State
So,
building code exempts any fence under 7 feet high from requiring a building permit.
okay.
Now, that being said, you may be able to require a zoning permit for it, but you cannot require a building permit for a fence under 7 feet tall. It's very clear in the state building code.
Do you have a motion to help this along, or is it?
I don't even want to see you requiring a zoning permit. You gotta meet zoning requirements.
Okay, so
I
no
would-
action.
I would not take any action. I wouldn't make.
Are there any other council members that have an opinion on this?
I just don't know what we're gonna do without you, John.
You're gonna have permits for fences.
Next,
That's a good one.
so next we have.
So can I just ask a
Yes,
question?
please.
And this will probably go to Councilman Hamley. So there is no vehicle or way to create ordinance language that would prevent a shiny vinyl fence from being put up.
That,
Well, we're not
no, what I
getting-
said was you
Isn't
couldn't
that what
require a
It's-
building permit for it. You could
I'm gonna
require
read
a
it.
zoning permit. But I wouldn't be in favor of that either. You could
We have two
require a
letters.
zoning permit for it. But you can't require a building
So
permit.
we have 2 letters. We have new business 1 and new business 2.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so the new business 1 was what
That was
they must have sent it in. All right, so what was the, Miss Speroni? Miss Speroni?
Yes.
When did the letter come in about the request for the fence permit, building permit? Because I thought it was on, it wasn't on the agenda. And what the agenda item is for the vinyl fences, and I thought it was going to actually be the letter that I read, but it's not.
The other one was.
Oh, right. That's the one about the vinyl fence, which is on the agenda, and the one that I read isn't on the agenda. It was here. They're 2 different issues. Okay, so I'm going to take back the letter that we read that they submitted today, because it's not an agenda item. Even though it's about fences, it's not on the agenda. So that was my error. So we're going to get rid of that. And if they want to, it says the Historic Commission.
Yeah, they're the ones.
It's not on the agenda, though.
No, she brought it down because that was, I guess they must just had a meeting and she brought it today too, because this is on.
It's fine, but it's 2 totally different issues.
Mr. President,
One-
can I clarify some?
Well, I just
questions?
want to also clarify here with this, with the agenda, is that the agenda item is about vinyl fences. And I got confused with the other letter that is about the building permit. So we're not going to be looking at the building permit because it's not on the agenda.
So myself and the new planner have spoke in depth on this topic. This is something that I believe both the Historic Commission Board and the Zoning Board have an interest in. Obviously, 2 different issues, but go same hand in hand with a fence. The district, the historic districts, in their inquiry is fencing that would fit the character of the historic district, and I believe that's what.
So I'm going to stop you there because that's not on the agenda.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. That's what this is
It's on the
about.
agenda.
All right, so again, I want to make sure that we're not discussing building permits for fences.
So that's
Not on the agenda.
That's with the zoning board.
That was
issue.
submitted this evening
Yes.
to us. They thought they were going to have it as added on. This isn't an add-on. So now we're going to start all over again because I got confused. We have a letter from the Voluntary Historic Committee regarding vinyl fences in the historic district. That's the agenda item that we're actually discussing. At its meeting on February 19th, 26, the Warren Voluntary Historic District Committee discussed taking action regarding vinyl fences in the historic district. This letter serves as a recommendation only to the planning board for further policy and procedures in the Warren zoning ordinance. So it's interesting that it actually is not asking for council action that I see.
I don't see it either.
The solicitor actually has told me that, not this solicitor, but Mr. DeSisto, that we don't have control over what kind of materials or fences people pick because it's not an option. So, Ms. Cronin, if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask.
Not to say he doesn't know what he's talking about, but does he know what he's talking about? You stood up when
Originally,
the vinyl part.
I believe that I say something, but this came on board because fencing did come up in zoning. I believe that the Historic District Commission felt that there could be potential opening to change their authority. It was brought to my attention that they were going to submit correspondence directly related to vinyl fencing, which does go before the Planning Commission first. I would, if I had to guess, I would say that the second letter was introduced upon my comments to the chair of the Historic District Commission to let them know that I would not be supporting this without talking to the building official and the associate solicitor before the Planning Commission. That I felt it was an overstepping of authority at this point.
Good. And Mr. DeSisto, in his conversation with me, recommended that we send it to him.
Okay, so just so I understand, is there a legal way to deny use of certain materials for fences in the historic district?
Right now, no.
Okay.
However, if you're looking to move forward with this, the first letter that the president read would need to go hand in hand with the ordinance. So that way they would, can I speak of so you would need a permit for a fence permit to go hand in hand with, if you're going to introduce an ordinance for the historic district.
All right.
It would have to be a zoning permit. It can't be a building permit because it's exempt.
Change the entire.
Correct, it's exempt under the state.
So like Bristol, the town of Bristol has a fence permit. When you want to put up a fence, you have to pull a fence permit separate from a building permit, but that's what I.
And Mr. DeSisto has a lot of discussion points on this, and he's eager to participate. The overall discussion on the permit is not included in this discussion because they're not included. They're separate items. And he has Ben's ready to make a comment or agree that we're going to send this off to the solicitor for review. That's what he recommended.
Okay, but I just need to be clear. So Bristol, and this does fall under this discussion about vinyl fences in a historic district. Bristol's system says if you want to put up a fence in the historic district, you've got to get a permit.
Anywhere.
Okay, so anywhere.
They have a fence permit.
They have a fence permit. And does that permit allow them to dictate the materials for the fence?
So in Bristol, to the best of my knowledge, the Historic District Commission, which is set up a little different than ours is, they can dictate what type of fence they have.
Bristol is a mandatory district. Ours is voluntary.
That's right. So I got a question.
There you go.
Why we having even discussion on this?
Because somebody got mad about the fence.
There's nothing on this agenda to discuss it.
That's why I keep saying that
This letter, Sarah
we're
says a
supposed to send
recommendation
this
only to the planning board. So why are we even talking about it?
because I keep saying the recommendation through my discussions with the solicitor is to send this and any fence discussion to him for a recommendation to the council first.
We don't even need to
Mr.
take
President,
action.
could we hear from the solicitor? Or if he hasn't,
I don't know if he's been
has he been?
brought up to speed on this as much as Mr. DeSisto.
Recommendations sent to our office, and we will incorporate not only what's on today's agenda, but other items about fences that have been brought up.
I'll make a motion to refer this all to the solicitor's office.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Specifically, Tony, I want him to work hard because he didn't show up today.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next we have discussion and action regarding a proposal for a working group between the towns and school committee to look at declining enrollment and related budget issues. Mr. Trombley has created the proper, I don't know if this one that was in your packets was a joint resolution, but now he somehow, for some reason, I'll leave it up to him to explain, submitted a new piece of legislation legislation. Why don't you tell us what you got here? You sent us a new one?
Yes, Mr. President. So I do apologize about having multiple drafts. Essentially, when I had sent it, I reached out to folks with the background knowledge on sort of the issues that our school district is dealing with. And they asked me, or they recommended to me, that I expand sort of the purpose section and the multiple whereas sections, so that it's more descriptive and gives them a little bit more of a broader authority to look at some of those issues. Mine was a little bit too narrowly focused on declining enrollment, which I'm very passionate about, but doesn't seem to be the biggest issue that folks want to address.
And you're requesting that this be sent to Bristol?
Bristol, yes. And
because alone, it is
nothing.
worthless.
Yes. But if we approve it and we send it to Bristol and to the school committee, I think that we can get some action on it. And
Okay.
Basically, the purpose is, as we all know, the schools are very important to our community, but we know that enrollment's been declining for decades now, and that's creating budgetary issues. And there are other budgetary issues that we want to address. So this work group would be established to represent each entity that exists, as well as to just work together and try to make some recommendations about where we can take action for the long-term health of the school district. So,
and this would be an advisory to the councils.
Correct. It's totally advisory. It has no independent power other than to make a report.
Are there any questions, Mr.
Sure,
Rego?
sure. And again, Derek, we talked about this. I think you have good intentions in doing this, but my recommendation would be to do it internally prior to get as much information as we can, utilizing the budget committee. I mean, the superintendent is willing to work with us. I think if we can get as much information prior to, I think it would be a lot better to implement this afterwards. But
good thoughts. Mr. Hanley, anything? My 2 cents is it all comes to reality if Bristol signs on. So is there a motion to approve or to accept?
I'll make that motion.
And there's a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Nothing wrong with swinging the bat. Never gonna hit the ball if you don't swing the bat.
On a good field.
On a good field. I'll twist an ankle. Next, we have discussion and we have revenues and expenditures. Mr. Marshall, come on up. Always good news when we see you.
Okay, so revenue expenditures report is fine. The cash balance, we're in pretty good shape, cash wise. We do have a line that's overspent, the shared services department, the copier expense. But we're looking to, the town manager had some extra money in his expense account. So we're asking to transfer that budget.
All right, so let me put it into the record for you. We are looking to have an original budget amount of $1,500 for 01510002070, and that's the copier expense. And the over expenditure is $1,000, and that is to be taken out of the 1530002010. That's the what account is that?
General and office.
General and office expense account. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Also, wasn't prudent to do it for this meeting, but the next meeting, you're gonna have some overages from the blizzard.
Yeah.
being the way the payroll ran, it ran into March.
We're aware.
So the last 2 weeks,
Correct.
so
And
wait and see how all that settles out, and then we'll have some
yeah, I
recommendations.
want I want to say, oh, is that, I didn't see that on the agenda item.
well, I
About
mean-
the, because it was declared a state of emergency. I just want to make sure that we get everything we can back
Yes.
from the state, because they will reimburse for, I don't know,
75%.
probably not all of it, but a good chunk of it, which will help us out.
Yep, we are working on that.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not specific, but if she
Yep.
were, so yeah. Okay, I think we, Ms. Klein. Are you on the agenda?
I didn't see
You're
it, Joe, no.
So for public information purposes, we should have done it in the very beginning, but you're running a tally and you know how much we've spent and you're aware and working with Mr. Marshall. So all of that information is coming together and we will apply for a reimbursement.
Great.
All right, so thank you. All the applause before, I forgot to bring that up.
We don't have to, we voted on the.
Next, we have cash balance report, which you did.
Fire chief.
We did here it is, overages, blizzard, so that was,
Yep, fire chief.
here we go, fire chief. He's requesting permission to overspend the fire department firefighter detail storm account. 01530002270 for $2,564 to be offset by the general account 01530002010.
What account is that, that's coming out of the general?
General
account.
expense account.
Just, general law.
It's coming from general.
Right.
This is for the January 25th storm, not this past storm.
Oh,
That's in the same.
so we have
account
more
we're
to
working on.
come from. All right.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, chief.
Thank you.
Next, we have the rec director. Come on down. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun.
I looked at it quick.
Hello,
How are you?
good, how are you?
Okay, and you also are looking for permission to overspend in the rec supervisor salary account 01560121020 for $276.10 to be offset by the assistant director lifeguards and beach management account 01560121035 and 01560121005 and 01560121031. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we have permission to overspend in the recreation parking attendant account 01560121030 for $1,271.65. And this is to be offset by beach manager account 01560121031.
I have a question on both of them,
Okay,
because we haven't been used, as this is projected, what's gonna happen in the next couple months, you're gonna
This
go
is to
with?
start the season.
That's what yeah, so in other words, we
This
didn't,
is-
we didn't
this is
spend it
June.
yet, but you're gonna need it to get the season going.
Right, so when I do the budget, it starts July 1st, but
Yep.
it
Okay,
covers
I'll
the
make a motion
beginning.
to approve that.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Why?
One more
Number
thing.
3, discussion and action approval of Jenny Flanagan, but I'm more curious to why is this in the packet?
Because that's the,
This is
So
yours.
oh. It's a copy of what I give you.
It's your salary.
No, that's not my salary.
Here. Maybe it was an accident. That's why
Recreation supervisor.
it's not.
No, that's
That's the
supervisor.
supervisor's total.
Okay, so that's what we took it out
That's
of.
what we took it out of. Yep.
Thank you. Next, we have.
But if you want to give me more money, you.
No, I just was wondering. if you
Joe,
were
we voted
asking.
on it.
Just
All
send
right.
me a Joe.
Every time I read precisely, I get in trouble. Hi, Kate, Jenny Flanagan.
That's way good. Okay.
Come on down and let us know what you want to do. Blue Skies, Rhode Island, to use the Warrentown Beach on May 2nd from 9 to 4 p.m. for a pop-up walking meditation labyrinth. Please explain what it is you're doing.
Jenny Flanagan, 46 Washington Street. This is a repeat of what I did last year on World Labyrinth Day. And it also is a preview of what we hope to discuss, to construct this summer, which you gave permission for last September to build a permanent
walking meditation labyrinth at this location. I didn't do print ups, but I've got photographs from last year. This is what it looks like from a little bit of distance. So if you're not right on top of it, the temporary one you won't really see, and even the permanent one you won't really see either, because once the cobbles or bricks are in the ground.
Jenny, I just have a quick question.
Yep.
That's a public area. Why did you need a permit for? Is there a reason?
Because it's, well.
So anytime you do anything at the beach, you need a permit from the council.
So we know
It's
what's
in the,
happening.
it's in the ordinance.
Public safety.
Yeah,
And she's marking it on the ground.
Well,
too.
the marking's already there.
Well, and it's gonna be a public
No.
event.
That's
Okay.
gonna be,
This is temporary.
yeah.
After about a week.
Yeah, they did it last year.
Kind of like it's a private public
It's a public
partnership
event, so anytime you have an event at the beach.
with an
that
external
event,
group coming in. That's
you-
not our.
You need the council's.
I'm gonna make a motion, we approve the application by Jenny Flanagan of Blue Skies, Rhode Island for the pop-up walking meditation labyrinth on May 2nd.
I will second, but I did have a quick question.
You have discussion on the motion. Go right ahead.
So my question, Jenny, when we approved it in September, were you anticipating having this one, or was
No.
this one that came up later?
Well, we were hoping to be farther along in our planning.
Mhm.
So this works well for us to demonstrate the
Okay.
location at the beach. Because last year I learned a little bit about the topography there and where the high tide comes in on storms and such. So it's actually where I painted it last year and it shows up in the photographs is a little bit farther south.
Okay.
Than where I had originally proposed in my proposal to the council last September. And if you come out on May 2nd or anytime in the following week, you'll get to see what it'll look like.
I understand. Thank you very much.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we have another motion.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. What's up, Mr. Silva?